In the previous class, we have discussed regarding what is the introductory part of our sedimentation. In the previous class, we have discussed what is sedimentation and how the sedimentation process is going to be important, why sedimentation process is required, what is sedimentation, that we have discussed in our previous class. We have discussed all these things in our previous class. Then we have seen what is the sequence of our water treatment unit, right? We have seen the river water is going to be taken by the intake structure. From intake structure, it is going to be transmitted to the screens, right? From screen, it is going to remove the larger floating elements which are present in water. Then the water is going to be in the sedimentation process. Aeration, after screening, we are going to have the aeration. We have seen what is aeration, what are the different types of it, how it is going to be helpful for us. That we have seen. After that, we are going to have the sedimentation process. What is sedimentation process? We have discussed in the previous class, right? And then we have seen what are the different types of sedimentation. Okay, that is discrete settling, flocculent settling, right? And then hindered settling, and then compression settling. Each it has been elaborated in a it has been explained in detail in our previous class regarding, right, regarding your the types of sedimentation. It has been discussed in detail in our previous classes. Okay, now in today's class we will be discussing, right, today's class we are going to discuss, right, regarding what are the types of sedimentation tank. Okay, now that your sedimentation tank is going to be divided into your different types. So according to the shape or according to the flow, we are going to divide it, and according to the shape also, we are going to divide it. Now, according to the flow, right? According to the flow means, right? We will see how we are going to divide our sedimentation tank according to the flow. How it has been classified according to the flow of the sedimentation tank. How we are going to divide it, that we are going to see it now. Okay. Now, according to the flow, right? Now, according to the flow, right, we are going to divide our sedimentation tank into two types. First one is fill and draw, and the other one is the continuous flow. We are going to divide our sedimentation tank into two types. According to the flow, we are going to divide it, right? According to the flow, we are going to divide it into two types. That is your fill and draw type, and the second one is your continuous type. Now, can anybody tell me what might be the fill and draw type of sedimentation? Can anybody tell me what might be the possibilities, or by the name you can tell me something? What is fill and draw types of sedimentation tank? By name, right? Fill and draw type of sedimentation. Can anybody give me an idea what might be the fill and draw type of sedimentation tank? Yes. Can anybody tell me what might be the fill and draw type of sedimentation tank? Yes. Can anybody give me an idea what might be the fill and draw type of sedimentation tank?
Fill in the tank with water and removing out.
What? Hmm? Yeah.
Filling when required, sir.
Filling when required. That means, okay. Now, here we are going to have, say, the sedimentation tank. Here we are going to have the sedimentation tank over here, right? So we might have out over here, right? This is your sedimentation tank, right? So this is what your in and out type of sedimentation tank. I will tell what do you mean by in and what do you mean by out. Okay. So here, this is your sedimentation tank. Okay. This is your sedimentation tank. In this particular tank, what we are going to do is we are allowing the water through this particular inlet. We are allowing the water to come into the tank, right? Right from after your screening, we will be allowing the water to enter into this sedimentation tank, and then we will, once the water is going to be filled in this particular tank, right? Once the water is going to fill in this particular tank, right? Now we are going to allow this particular water to stand in this particular tank for the period of about 24 hours, right? We are allowing the water to stand in a tank for about 24 hours. Now, can anybody tell me what will happen if we allow the water to stand in a tank for 24 hours? What might happen? Right? Can
The
anybody tell me?
suspended water will settle down, sir.
Okay. What will happen?
Suspended particles settle down.
Very good. Okay. Now, whatever the suspended particles, right? Whatever the suspended particles are there in the water, right? Now, these are the suspended particles which are there in water. It is going to get settled down, right? It is going to get settled down here. Okay, it is going to get settled down over here. Now, what will remain at the top? It is going to get settled down at the top. Now, what will remain over here? Yes, what will remain?
Clean water.
Clean water will be remaining. Now, what we will do? Yes, what we will do? If the clean water is going to be remained over there, what we are going to do?
We need to transfer that clean water to another container.
We will, after settling out for 24 hours, after giving it the detention time of 24 hours, now what we are going to do is, after 24 hours, we will be taking the supernatant liquor. I think this is clear water that you can say it, right? This is the clear water at the top, right? This is the clear water at the top. We are going to take it out, right? The clear water, whatever is remaining at the top, we are going to take it out. So here, what will be remaining at the bottom? Only the sludge is going to be remain at the bottom. Now, can we allow again a fresh water over here in this particular
No,
tank?
sir. No,
No.
sir.
What we have to do now?
We need to clean the bottom first. Then only we can enter
Yes,
the fresh water.
yes, yes. Now, what we need to do is we need to remove this particular sludge that has been settled down. Okay, we need to remove out the sludge that has been settled down into from this particular tank. If we don't remove, then what may happen is, suppose if we are pouring the water inside this particular fill and draw type of sedimentation tank. If we are pouring now, when we are allowing the water, if we don't remove this, when we are allowing the water inside, right, some impact will be created over here, right? Some impact will be created over here. Then what will happen? The particles will again, it may, whatever the particles are there, again, it may come up, right? Again, it may come up. Just a minute. It is too dark. Just a minute. Okay. Now, what will happen is, if we don't remove, right? If we don't remove these particles, right? What may happen is, whatever the settled particles are there, due to the impact, due to this particular impact, again the particles will come up. Okay. And then again, you are going to get too much turbid water over here. Too much turbid water you are going to get it at the tank. Too much turbid water you are going to get it at the tank. Now, what will happen? Again, even though if you are giving some amount of sedimentation time, what may happen? There will be larger of the particle. They may come over here. Larger, they will not going to get settled down here only. Suppose if you don't remove this particular settled particle, what will happen is, due to the impact of the, again, when you are going to refill the fresh water, due to the impact of that, again these particles will come up. Okay. Now again, in order to settle down, you are going to give 24 hours, but all the particle will not get settled out over here if you don't remove. Again, again you are going to get at the outside, you are going to get again the impure water if you are not going to remove the settled particles. So whenever you are going to allow the fresh water inside, right, you need to remove the entire sludge that has been settled down at the bottom, or else the problem is again it is going to remain the same. You need to remove the settled sludge that has been settled down at the bottom, or else you are at the end you will be getting out the impure water itself. Now this is if you keep the particles, right, or if you keep the sediment at the downside, this problem will happen. Now at 24 hours, right, after giving sedimentation time of about 24 hours, you are going to clean it, right? You are going to clean it. Then what will remain again? Again, the fresh water will be inserted over here, right? In the fresh water will be inserted into this particular tank. Then again, the turbidity is going to be, again, the particle will, again, it is fresh settled down. And again, you are going to, at the end, after settling, you are going to get the clear water. But you need some amount of cleaning period. You need some time, the cleaning period. Okay, you need some amount of cleaning time in order to clean this particular settled sludge. Okay, now how much time you are required is normally around 6 to 12 hours, right? 6 to 12 hours we are going to keep it for the removal of these settled sludge. We call this settled particles as sludge. You need to remember this particular point. We call the settled particles as sludge, right? Or sludge or sediment. Okay. Then we require around 6 to 12 hours to remove it. Then after that, after 6 hours, again 6 to 8 hours or 6 to 12 we are going to take. Again, we will be adding the fresh water. So how much is the total time if you want to put a new water? So 24 plus we will be requiring around 10 to 12 hours. We will take 12 hours. So we will require around, say, 30 to 36 hours in order to put a fresh water. If a first treatment that has been done on the first day, then we need around 1.5 days to take the water out and clean it. And again, if you want to put the fresh water, we require around 1.5 days if you want to treat a new water sample. So this is what is your fill and draw type. Why we call it as fill and draw? Fill, we are going to fill it. We wait the particles to get settled down at the bottom, and then we will be drawing the supernatant water and we are going to send it to the further treatment. So that is the reason why we call this as the fill and draw type of, right? Fill and draw type of water treatment. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
What is fill and draw? Okay. See, when the classes are going on, only hardly 1 or 2 people will be replying. See, even though if I ask you many times, is it understood? Only hardly 2 people, 1 or 2 people will be replying. So I think that other students are not understanding. Is it correct? Others are not understanding? Except Shruti and Prajwal, only 2 people are replying. Others are not understanding anything, it seems. Or they are not there in the meeting. I'll just call few of the names. Abu Bakr.
Yes, sir.
Abu Bakr.
Yes, sir.
I have to specifically take your name.
No,
Can't
sir.
you, if you are not understood, then tell no. If it is understood, tell yes.
Okay, sir.
Can't you reply? Can't you reply? Yes. I'm speaking to you. Abu Bakr, if
Yes,
you are
sir.
not interested, then you can leave the class if you don't want to reply. Yes? Have you understood?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
What okay? Have you understood or no?
Understood, sir.
Then why you are not replying? Akshata Patil. I'll take the names one by one now. Akshata Patil.
Yes, sir.
I have to specifically take your names. Yes. Basavaraj. Basavaraj, Nanesh, Vomtesh.
Yes, sir.
I have to take specifically your
Yes,
names
sir.
so that you, after taking the names, will reply? It is like that. It is like that.
No, sir.
One more thing I want to tell is, right? One more thing what I want to tell is, in between I will be taking few of the names from now onwards, right? I will want to see how many people are attentive and how many people are not, right? And I will be asking few of the questions so that they should reply. If you are not replying, then it represents that you are not attentive in the class. Simply here we are teaching, and you people at the other end you will be doing XYZ works. It's of no use. It is a two-way interaction has to happen when we are going to take the class. Yes, Abubakar, tell me what is fill and draw type of sedimentation. Abubakar.
Sir, in this we stored we store we stored water for 24 hours.
Hmm.
After
Then
24 hours, we discharge the clean water.
how we are going to discharge? What will happen? What is the phenomena it is going to happen inside? Who is going to explain?
Sir, for 24 hours, we store the water in tanker.
Then
After 24 hours, we discharge the clean water. After 6,
Are
after
Baba, I'm
24
asking you, Are Baba, I'm asking you what I'm asking you. What will happen in that 24-hour period?
inlet and outlet.
What will happen? What is going to happen, Abu Bakar? 24 hours ऐसे ही पानी डालने का है और बाहर निकालने का है, कुछ नहीं होता उस 24 आवर में. क्या
Cleaning
होता है?
of water. Cleaning of water.
कैसे होता है वो? How it will happen?
Sir, the sludge takes place.
Sludge takes place means sludge पैदा होता है क्या वहाँ पे? क्या होता है?
No, sir.
और क्या होता है वहाँ पे?
It
What
goes
will
down.
happen? It will go down. Why it will go down?
Solid particles, sir.
वही क्यों नीचे क्यों जाता है वो? Why it will go down? Yes.
Because of storing 24 hours.
Because of storing 24 hours means 24 hours store होने के बाद में वो रुक जाता है वहीं पे. What is the
Yes, sir.
phenomena I am asking you? I have told you regarding something in the previous classes. I have told why it is going to settle down. Can anybody tell me why it is going to get settled? Yes. Can anybody tell me?
By its own weight, sir.
Who is replying? Who is replying? Tell me your name. Yes. Who is replying? Tell me your name.
Danish, sir.
Very good. So by its own weight, it is going to get settled down. By its own weight, the particles are going to get settled down due to its own weight. So that is the thing that we need to understand when we are going to discuss regarding the sedimentation. My screen is visible to you? Yes, screen
No,
is
sir.
visible?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Just a minute. Is it visible now? Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So we'll move ahead. So this is what your fill and draw type. Now we will see the next type, that is continuous flow. We will see what is continuous flow. Now, can anybody tell me what is continuous flow? Yes, can anybody tell me what is continuous flow? Name is itself is continuous.
Yes,
Can
sir. It will
anybody-
flow in continuous flow, sir, but it will
Uh.
settle down the solid particles, sir.
How the particle will settle if it is continuous? Yeah. How the particle will settle if it is continuous?
Multiple tanks are settled. System uses
What?
multiple tank system are used when the flow is continuous. The solid particles and the light solid particles settles in the different types of containers.
Okay. So here, this is your in, and so we will take this as out. Okay. We will take this as out. Now here, what will happen is we are not going to allow the water to stand for around 24 hours. Over here, no, we are not allowing the water to stand in this particular tank for the period of 24 hours. Yes. So what will happen is here we are not allowing the water to stand in the tank for around 24 hours. But instead of that, what we are doing is we are not doing this. Okay. Now what we are doing is here we are allowing the water to flow in this particular tank at a lesser speed, at a velocity less than 0.3 meter per second velocity we are going to maintain in the tank. If we maintain this particular velocity, what will happen? 0.3 meter per second, right? What will happen in the tank? Yes?
Same, sir. The particles will settle down.
Yes. The particle are going to, since the velocity is very less, right? Once the velocity is very less, what will happen is the particle are going to get settled down by its own weight. Suppose if the speed is more, then we will imagine that the water you are going to sprinkle from a pipe. If you make the speed, right, if you put a finger in tip of your pipe, what will happen? The velocity is going to increase, right? If we are maintaining, right, due to this, if the velocity is more, then whatever the particles are there in that particular water, they are going to pass away, right? But what we are going to do is we are allowing the water to flow with the velocity of 0.3 meter per second. If we are allowing the water to flow in a tank with the speed of around 0.3 meter per second, since the velocity is very less, what will happen? The particle are going to get settled down into this particular tank by its own weight. The particles are going to get settled down by its own weight. So here, due to this, what will happen? Once the particles are going to get settled down, at the top again, what we are going to left it out with? We are going to left out with clear water. We can say not completely clear, comparatively clear water we can get it. Okay, we can comparatively clear water we can get it right? In case of your continuous tank. Here, we are not allowing the water to stand for around 24 hours, and then the time is going to be get saved, right? We are not going to have a cleaning frequently, right? So what we are going to have is we can get out the water in a continuous flow. We are going to get the water in a continuous manner as compared to the fill and draw type. Here the time is going to be saved, and we will get here we are going to have the intermittent. This fill and draw, we also call it as an intermittent flow, right? We call it as an intermittent flow. This we call it as an continuous flow. Fill and draw, we also call it as an intermittent flow, and this we call it as a continuous flow. This we call it as a continuous flow. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, in this particular sedimentation is dependent upon, right? This particular sedimentation is dependent upon so many important factors. Okay. Now here
Yes,
the
sir.
next types are, yes, the next types are is nothing but the rectangular and the circular sedimentation tank. These are nothing but these are parts of, right? These are parts of your continuous flow sedimentation tank, right? These are the parts of your continuous flow sedimentation tank. Okay. Now here your sedimentation is dependent upon three important factors. Okay. It is dependent upon the two important factors. That is, first one is, right? First one is the size of the particles. It is dependent upon two important factors. First one is size, and the second one is the velocity. It is dependent upon the two important factors. First one is size, and the second one is velocity. Now, how the size is going to be important? Now, how the size is going to be important? Just we'll have some discussion over this, right? What will happen if the size is less? Suppose if the size is less, what will happen? Yes. Can anybody tell me? If the particle size is less, what will happen?
It will not settle down, sir.
It will not settle down very easily. It is not going to settle down very easily. But why it is not going to get settled down very easily? Yes, this is less size. Okay. And this is of greater size. Now, which will settle early?
Greater one.
Okay. This is a greater one. Now, still I will have still more. Now, which will settle early? First one, middle one, bottom one?
Bottom one, sir.
Bottom one. Why bottom will early settle? Because, see,
Because
the
the
particle
surface
size
is
is more. Yes, the particle size is more. That means the weight is also more. Okay. The particle size is more, then the weight is also it is more. So, due to its own weight, what will happen? The particle are going to get settled down at the bottom, right? Due to the more weight, the particle are going to get settled down at the bottom. And this, it may remain in suspension state. This will take very less amount of time, and again it will take some amount of time, and it may, the top one, it may remain at the suspension. So here, this is how the size, as the size is going to increase, the weight is also going to increase. As the weight is going to increase, the particle, due to its own weight, it is going to get settled down in the water, and the sedimentation is going to happen. So this is regarding your size. Now, with regard to the velocity, right? With regard to velocity, right? Now we will take the condition of velocity. We will take this condition. What will happen if this is the pipe, the water is coming with the full force. You will take your when we are going to take washing of your bike and all, right? We see that we will be using the nozzle, right? The pipe with the nozzle we are going to use, and it is going to flow with a very high speed. Now, suppose in this particular water, we are going to have n number of say particles in it, and if we flow it with this particular velocity, is it going to get settled down? Will it settle
No,
down?
sir. No, sir.
No, it is not going to get settled down. Now, suppose if I take the water with a lesser velocity, right, with a lesser velocity, what will happen? The particle are going to get settled down in this particular tank. They are going to get settled down with some amount of sedimentation time. They are going to get settled down at the bottom. So this is how your size and velocity will become the important aspect in case of your say sedimentation process. It is going to play an very, very important role in case of your sedimentation. Now we will see what are the rectangular flow sedimentation tank and what are the circular flow sedimentation tank. Okay, so now if as I have shown you in the previous class, I have shown you this type of sedimentation tank. We are going to classify it based upon its shape. Since it is a rectangular in shape, we call it as the rectangular sedimentation tank. Since it is in a rectangular shape, we call it as a rectangular sedimentation tank. And this, it is in a circular shape. You can see this is a radial flow. What is that radial flow and all? We are going to see it later, right? So this is your, since the size is of a circular, right? So size is of a circular, so we call it as a circular flow sedimentation tank, right? The rectangular and the circular flow sedimentation tank. So this is what your type of sedimentation tanks, right? This is what your type of sedimentation tank. Now we will see what are the advantages, right, of having the rectangular sedimentation tank. See here in your rectangular type of sedimentation tank, we are also going to provide the baffle walls, right? We are also going to provide the baffle walls in between. So this is your inlet, right? We are allowing the water to this particular inlet, and here the baffle walls is going to be get provided to this particular tank, right? So what will happen when the water is going to come inside this particular tank, right? So here there is a wall, and again here there is a wall. We will be having some compartments. So what will happen is this is going to reduce the velocity of the flow. Once the velocity is going to reduce, what will happen? There will be a good amount of chances are there that the particle, due to the reduced velocity, what will happen? The particles are going to get settled down at that particular places only. So here continuously we are going to have the baffle walls, and then we will be taking the water outside. The openings are given in a baffle walls at a different height. Now this is your rectangular sedimentation tank. Then it is going to maintain your continuous flow in the tank, and the supervision and the labor work is less in this particular type of sedimentation tank. Okay, and less head is going to be given at the top. Now we will see this is your circular type of sedimentation tank, right? This is your circular type of sedimentation tank. We will show you some pictures in addition to this of circular sedimentation tank. Just a minute. See, this is how your circular sedimentation tank will look like. So this is what your circular sedimentation tank. Okay, so here you can see these are the circular sedimentation tanks. We'll see some of the rectangular sedimentation tank also. This is your rectangular type of sedimentation tank. Okay, so this is the rectangular type of sedimentation tanks. This is your circular, and these are the rectangular type of sedimentation tank. Is it clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Murugesh Teggi.
Yes.
Murugesh Teggi. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have seen what are the different types of sedimentation tank based upon its flow and based upon its shape. We have seen what are the different types of sedimentation tank. Is it clear? Yes. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, fine. So we will continue with the next topic. Yes, we will continue with the next topic.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So we will, it is already 4:45. So for design concept, right? Design concept, can we have it in this class or in the next class? Design concept of your sedimentation tank. And it is going to help you in order to solve the problems also. Next class means Monday. Monday or Tuesday, when I will be having? Tuesday, it seems. Yes.
Next class, sir.
Okay, we'll have it on Tuesday, right? We will have the design concept of your sedimentation tank on Tuesday. The reason why I want to have it on Tuesday is, again, if I take the class now and again, there will be 2 to 3 days gap will be there, right? In order to avoid that, right? If we have it in a continuous way, then it is better to solve the problems also, it will be better. So that is the reason why I want to have the discussion on the design of sedimentation tank in our the previous session, in our next session, that is on Tuesday. So we will meet directly on Tuesday. Now write your attendances in your chat box. Write your attendances in your chat box. Yes. So we will end up the session for today.